press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello all, how are you? I hope that all are doing good at home and you are working with your syllabus, and I had given the notes also. So write your notes neatly and completely, okay, and read as soon as possible, and you don't want to skip any lessons and any things, okay. So today I'm gonna start with the grammar and in the grammar, so many the grammar parts are there which are very useful for you, is it? Because you know this language English, what we speak in school, in office, in what we read through the syllabus, through the textbooks, through the other things. So that especially the English word, the language. So it's a foreign language. So we need to understand so many grammatical rules and their functions and their usage, you know. But in our mother tongue, so from our childhood we learn those grammars so very quickly because of our parents' influence, because of our family, because of our relatives, then friends, okay. So we just learn easily and it's become a very quick learning, but not in the case of English. So we need to know more and more grammatical things, is it? So when we have to usage this language, so we have to be very familiar with what kind of a usage that word is depends on. For example, there are the parts of speech. You can take the example of parts of speech. In the parts of speech we have noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, okay, adjectives, conjunction, prepositions, interjections. So what it suggests, it gives a different that each word and each sentences which gives a different meanings, because without a complete meaning of a sentence we can't reach our communication, is it? When we are saying something, the sentence formation, the grammatical things are very important here. Without that we can't reach to the other person with our communication. We can't outlet our ideas, we can't outlet our plans, okay. We can't share our feelings to others. So this becomes a medium of language, what? That English, okay. But what we do, we usually learn in school, then when we guys go at home, we come to the normal phase, is it? So what we do, we just having the habit of talking in our mother tongue. So we are not taking this language to our home, okay. So what we do, it is remaining in the four wall, or it is remaining in a campus. So when it is necessary, when we are going to the office, then when we are working in somewhere, then we become employee of some of the office. So what we do, that becomes very important. So this is the main what I call, this is not a problem. So we are not utilizing more this language, okay. So let it be whatever it is. So we have to practice it daily, then only we can be very familiar with our language, with this English language, okay. So now I wanted to teach you today about the modals auxiliaries. The modal auxiliaries, these are also called as a secondary verbs, okay. Why? Because in whole grammar, in whole the words, you can take the words in grammar. So some of the words are very important because that words are suggest something, okay, suggest something. They will give some different situation that leads to different situations, okay. So this is the very important for us to know the each and every details about a grammar, about all the parts of grammar, about all the preposition, about all the conjunction, and all these modal or auxiliary verbs, then articles, everything we have to very well know, is it? So this modal auxiliaries, so this here I wanted to give a definition for you. The infinitive verbs, okay, the infinite verbs are very important to express our principal verb. It is called as a principal verb. It becomes a principal verb. Why? Because when we are expressing our sentences, our ideas, our information. So we need some of the words, okay, because we need to reach through this communication with the help of those words, okay. So this is called as a models, okay. Models means it's a auxiliary models or model auxiliaries. Here the definition I wanted to say once again, the finites which express the mode or a manner of actions denoted in the principal verb are termed as a models, okay. So here we can say that the manners, or before that it is a mode, manners of action, okay. Manners of action, in the definition we see that some of the verbs which have the manners or mode of actions. So these modal auxiliary words are, so which give some of the actions to the sentences, okay. So without those modal auxiliaries we can't reach to the certain ideas, certain what called the meaning, okay. So this is the thing. So manners, how we are using this manners? Manners of mode of the actions denoted in the principal verb, and it is also called as a principal verbs. Principal verb as termed as a models, okay. So that principal verbs are called as a models. These are also called as a helping verbs. You know the helping verbs which is am, is, was, were, okay. So those are also called as a helping verbs. Without those helping verbs the sentence can't frame it properly. For example, if I do this, I am teaching grammar, I am teaching grammar, okay. If I remove this, I teaching grammar, I teaching grammars. So without these helping verbs that sentence can't give a complete sense. The sentence is not giving a complete meaning. So we need the helping verb. So like that, these modal auxiliary verbs is also called as a helping verb, but it is not like this. Not like this in B forms, okay. So they are that shows the manners of actions. So it gives sometimes the manners like the politeness. Sometimes what we do, we just ordered, the teachers ordered, parents ordered, your friends are suggesting. So we need some of the words according to the situation, which shows the manners, okay. If we visit somewhere, like for example, if we go to the malls, if we go to the theatres, the people are strangers, okay. But we need to tell something about, for example, so I need some place, I need to acquire the place which is, my family is near to me, but someone is interrupted me. So what I wanted to say in that case, so he is a stranger. In that situation, that person is a stranger, but I wanted to say that he can go from here. I can't say that get up and go away from here, is it? So I have to be polite, little polite, okay, because he is a stranger. With our polite words, with this manners of action, so what we say, we are just saying what you are sitting here in my place, in this place. So I am not liking you to sit here because my family is near, I am sitting here. So you are interrupting to us, so you can go away from it. I can't say like this directly to that person, okay. So what I say to that person, excuse me, could I like to move from next to that place, okay. Would you like to go? Otherwise, could you go that place because my family is sitting here, okay. So please is requesting not to in that situation, okay. In that situation, if we ask please, so why we are going more polite? So that is important. What the word we are using that situation, like could or would, okay. Could or would will ask to that person with the politeness, could you leave this place? Could you allow this place to my family or to me? Could you move to that place? Okay. So can you come to this place? I will move on to that place. Okay. So like that, that is giving a what called the request. So that is showing the politeness in our words, in our sentences. Okay. So that verbs are called as a modal auxiliaries. Okay, so in according to the situation we are using this would, could. Okay, so first is will, would, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, dare to, has to, need to, used to, had to, have to. So these words are called as, whatever I said now, are called as a modal auxiliaries. Okay, so it is known as a modal auxiliaries, and it is also called as a secondary verbs, and it is also called as a helping verbs. Okay, so I given these sentences. So why I said this? Because these words are very important. So at that, what I given the example, what that person has sitting between in our family. So if I say that, can you get up from here? So that person will be anger. So he will be he will reply to me in a anger. Okay, in an anger state of mind. So I don't want to allow that person to give back answer to me. So what I wanted to tell is, so could you go from that place? I wanted to sit here. Could you come to this place? I wanted to sit near to my family. Is it? So these words are very important here. So here today I am going to tell you the detailed thing about, so in what situation we are using can, could, will, would, may, might, okay, must, then should, shall, should, then ought to, dare to, has to, have to, had to. So these are the words are called as a modal auxiliaries. So I am going to deal with these things. Okay, so now these are expressing the action of the sentences. So these words, so once again I am writing those words. So which are the words? The modal auxiliary words are, so which are those? Will, would, can, could, shall, should, may, might, must. Okay, must. Then ought to, dare to, used to, need to. So today and upcoming classes we are going to deal detailed thing about, so how we are using these modal auxiliary verbs in according to the situation, according to expressing of action in a different situation. Okay, so this is about will, would, can, could, shall, should, may, might and must. So these are called as a modal auxiliaries, but this ought to, dare to, used to, need to. So these are called as a semi-modals. Okay, yes, they are called as a semi-modals. So what they are called as? They are called as semi-modals. I will say this why it is called as a semi-modals. So I will tell you later this. Okay. Okay. First, I am going to tell you about the nature of modals. Nature means the characteristics of these modals. What are the characteristics they has? Okay. Nature of modals. So what are characteristics they have? So all these modals, what are the characteristics they have here? These modals are never used alone. Okay, so these modals are never using alone. They are not using alone. They are not using alone, because for example I can say that I can play under the tree. I can play under the tree. Okay, play. So now if I am not using this play. Okay, for example, I can under the tree. If this word is absent from a sentence, if it is not used in a sentence like this, I can under the tree, so something is missing. I hope that you guys are you are seeing this one. I will write it from here, okay. So but now you understand this, there is a difference between these two. For example, here I am just saying the nature, the characteristics of these models, because it is not using alone. These models are not using alone, they need some action verbs, okay. So these are also called as action verbs, but they need the more which ones outlet their own ideas and also which gives a complete meaning, okay. So here if I write this, I can under the tree, if I say also I can under the tree. So the word is missing, which one? That is verb is missing, the main verb is missing here, okay, that is play. So this is wrong, this sentence is wrong, this is right. Which one is right? I can play under the tree. So that is right one. And I can under the tree because the main verb is missing. So here according to the characteristics, it says that these models never used alone. Okay. So it is using along with the main verb. So these auxiliary verbs are using along with the main verbs. So this is the first nature of the auxiliary verb. Okay. So next I will move on to the second nature of the auxiliary verb. Next is models don't change according to the number or a person of a subject. So these models, what I have written, what we are dealing today. So what it is telling here, it do not change according to the number or person of the subject. So this is the second nature. Here it says that these models, it don't change according to the number or a person of the subject. Suppose if singulars and plurals, okay. Suppose if it is a in a sentence, if it is a I, then we, he, she, it. If it is used, in that case the models remains the same. It is not changing its nature, okay. So it remains the same in these what called numbers, singulars, the countable, uncountable number or a person of the subject. Singulars and plurals are a countable or uncountable numbers. It is never changed at all, okay. So it is not. For example, if what I am I am saying here, if I say that I am reading a book, so this subject, it is in singular but plural, okay. It is in a second person plural. So when I am taking this, he, she, it, okay. So what it says, she is reading a book. Now what happened? So when the subject changes, when this plurals changes, so what is changing here? The helping verb is also changing. The be forms is also changing, but not in the case of modal auxiliaries. It never change according to the number or a person of the subject. It remains the same as well as when the sentences it says something about or expressing about something, okay. So this is the third nature. Next nature is third nature is, this is the second nature and now is third nature. Now in that third nature, what it says, models don't have the infinitive form. We can't place to with them in order to the use then in the sentences, okay. So it says that it don't have the infinitives. Infinitive means to. It don't have the infinitive form. What is the infinitive form? That is to, okay. And we can't place to with them in order to use them in a sentences. We can't place what? We can't place this to, to, we can't place that we order to use the sentences. Okay, for example, I am saying one example to you. You are understanding how we are not using these things. We must to get there before time. Okay, there is an example. We must to get there before time. This is modal auxiliary. Okay, here I written to. This is infinitive form. This is infinitive form. Okay, here to has added here, but this is wrong actually. What we have to use this? We must get there before time. We must, yes, we are very sure that we are be in that time, we are be in that place within the time. Okay, so this is the thing. If in that case we can't use this to here. Okay, so here the statement, what the statement is, don't have the infinitive to form which plays to give the expression of a sentences. Okay, so which we can't use the sentences like this. We must to get there before time. To get there before time. Is it what we have to use this? We must get there before time. We must get there. We are sure. We are be there. Okay, within the time, before the time. This is the nature. Okay, now I will tell you the usage of this will, would. Usage, the functions, you can say the functions usage. This is called nature. Nature, I hope that this one you have understood this. Understand this. Nature of model, that is not using alone. Okay, I told you this nature of model, it is not using alone. It has to use with the main verb. These models has to use with the main verb. So next is don't change according to the number or a person of the subject. It is not changing according to the singulars and plurals or in any first person or second person plural, then singular. It is never changed. It is remains the same. Then it don't have the infinitive to form. Okay, to place, sometimes it is to place to express the sentences. It can't use the to. So what we have to use? We have to use the directly. We must get there before time. This is the right sentence. And when we use this to, so it gives the wrong sentence. Okay, so this is the nature of the models. So next I will move on to guys, you have to practice at home because this grammar and also the English learning. So how we learn, it is not learn in 1 day or 2 days. How much you are practicing, how much making in your mind to be practicing, and you put all the words in your mind, the vocabularies and these grammatical sentences and all. So then only you learn easily, and you can keep all those rules and the functions, the nature and everything. According to that, you are using those sentences. You are using those grammatical things. Okay. So this is the thing I wanted to tell here. Now I'll start first the modal auxiliary with will. This is called functions of modal auxiliaries. Functions of modal auxiliary. The first modal auxiliary is will. Okay. So will. So you guys are familiar with this will. Okay. So always we are using this will and it is using this modal auxiliary to say something about the future. Okay. So where we have seen these words in a sentences to tell about the future. I can do something in the future. Okay. Yes, I will do it. Yes, I will go there. Okay. But we don't know how to use this will in a different forms and different situations. So today I am going to tell you, so which are the situations are here in this will to outlet our to outlet our ideas and to improve our communication. Okay. So now the first is this will is using in the case of willingness, interest, agreeing, suggestions, advice and warning. Okay. So in whatever the cases this will is using, this modal auxiliary verb will is using. So in the case of suggestion, warning, then interest, agreeing, okay, and also advice and also willingness. Willingness means having curiosity or having willing to do something. Okay. So this is in that case this modal auxiliary verb will is using. So the first I wanted to tell the example about willingness. So about willingness, how we are using this in that case. Okay. If I am willing to do something, I am eagerly to do something. Okay. So in what case we are going to use this? I will come to your home tonight. Interest. Okay. So here says the willingness. I am in that willing to go to my friend house tonight. Okay. For a party, for a reading. I will come to your home. I will go to my friend house home tonight. Okay, for studies, for party, for something. Okay, I will go to my friend's house. Friends, it's a apostrophe s. Friend's home tonight. Okay, so this is the sentence. So what it shows? It shows the willingness. I am very interested. I am very curiosity to go my friend's house. Okay, so tonight for a party, you can take the sentence like that. For a party or for a study, for a birthday party or studies. So in that case of willingness, we are using this modal auxiliary verb like this. Okay. So next I am going to use some of the other thing like interest. Yes, this also suggests the interest. But which are the sentences which tells the more interested? So like, for example, I will join you for a shopping. I will join you for cooking. Okay, I will work in my home. I will work in my school. I will study novels. Okay, so that shows the interest. I am interested to study the novels. I am interested to do the work at home. I am interested to do the work at school. Okay, I will help to my mother. I am interested there. Okay, so this is the sentences which are using the will in the different circumstances. Different circumstances, different situations. I will join you for preparing project. Okay, I will join you for preparing project. I am interested to join you to prepare the project for a assignment, for a school assignment. Is it? So this is the sentence. Next I will move on to, so next is agreeing. Agreeing means I am agreeing to the sum of the sentences. I am agreeing or you guys are agreeing. So you are agreeing about something. I am agreeing about something. In that case, what kind of a sentence are using with the help of this will? Okay. So, agreeing. In that case, So agreeing is suggests that I will send you for the picnic. I agree. I will send you for the picnic. Your parents says, sometimes your parents and mother and father, they are not sending you for a picnic. So in that case, you are insisting them to send for a picnic from the school, what the school has organized. Is it? So your parents are saying, yes, I will send you for a picnic, but for a certain conditions. You have to accept it, then I will be agreeing for that. Is it? So what it says, it suggests about agreeing. Your parents are agreeing. Okay. So like that, you have to create some of the sentences of your own. So which tells these sentences according to different situations. Okay. Next, I will move on to the next now. Next is advice. If you go late, you will miss the train. If you go late, you will miss the train. That gives the suggestion. If you will not study, you will get fail. If you not study, you will get fail. Okay, this is the advice. The next is request. If it is in a form of request. Okay, this will is also used in a form of request. For example, will you give your bike? Give your bike. Okay, you are borrowing something or in the form of request. Okay, so like this, will you give your bike? So like this, we are using the will in the form of question form with the requesting form. Okay, like this. Next is habit. The lion will usually kill other animals. It's tell the habit of the lion. The lion usually kills the animals. Usually that job of the lion is killing the animals always. Okay, so this is about the will, the usage of will. Next I will move on to would. I hope that these are understood. So whatever I told you about the will, in what cases these will modal auxiliary verb is using. I told you it is used in the form of request, it is used in the form of agreeing, it is used in the form of suggestion, it is used in the form of advice, then warning. Okay, so like it is. Next is would. So would. So would is the past form of will. So will is the present form, but would is the past form of will. Okay, past form of will. So why this would is using? Okay, we can use this will. That's enough, no? Then why we are using this would again? It is this. It says about the past tense. Actually, it is not only says about a past tense, but also it tells about other situations. For example, if you are, I told you about a politeness, about a manners, okay, about the suggestions, about the possibilities, assumptions, possibility. It should be something is going to happen in the next day or in the future. So that modal auxiliary helpful for you to use that in that sentences. Okay, so like in what cases we are using this would? So we are using this in assumptions, and for politeness and permission, Okay, so in these cases we are using this would. So in what cases? Assumption about a future, assuming. So that something is going to happen, some action is going to happen in the future. So that is called as a assumption, assuming. Then politeness. So I told you the politeness. So when I in the beginning class, I just said some of the example, is it? So some of the modal auxiliary verbs we need to say something in a politely and in a polite form. So this would modal auxiliary verb is helpful to show the sentence, to tell the sentences in a politeness. Then permission. If we want some permission, so in that case we can use this this modal auxiliary verb would. So let's see that in what cases we are using this. In first case, about assumption. Okay, so if you had arrived on time, you would have the train yesterday. If you had something is happening the yesterday, okay, if you had arrived on time, you would get the train in yesterday. You will get the train yesterday. Okay, you will get the train. Actually, that person has missed the train yesterday, but if he arrived in his particular time, he would get the train. Okay, then next is okay. So now would is using in a request form. How we are using this in a request form? Request form. Would you please give me your bike? I told you. Will you give your bike? Will you give me your bike? So that sentence is a common sentence, but it shows the politeness with the request. What? Would you give? Would you? Same sentence. Okay, I told you in a will you give your bike? Okay, here would you please give me your bike? Okay, here the two words are added here. For example, would, which gives the politeness, and request, please. Would you please give me your bike? It is in a bad condition. That person is in a bad condition. I want your bike at any case. So please give me your bike, like it is. So always we can't use this. So please, please. So again and again using please. So that is wrong actually. So actually if we use this word, modal auxiliary word, that is would, that's enough. Okay, it means that some person is asking about because his condition is not good, he wanted to go somewhere, it's very urgently he wanted to move, okay, because of some of the health issue, because he wanted to go in time, he need some of the help of his friend. So in that case he or she can use that sentence. Would you please give me your bike? Okay, so that is the request form. So this is the about. Next is we can use in the form of wish, like I wish she would be healthy. Wishing. So I wish she will be, I wish she will be healthy. She would be healthy, not will be, would be healthy. About a future. In the future, she will be a healthy one. Not using will. We should use this would. Okay. Then this is, after that, how can we use in a negative form? This will plus would. Okay, I'll tell you both. Will and would, both are using in a negative form. How we are using this will and would in a negative form? Okay, first I'll tell you about the negative form of will. Will plus not, will not, you can use it won't. Won't. In a short form, we can use this will not becomes won't. For example, I will not spend my pocket money. I will not spend my pocket money. You can use this, I won't spend my pocket money. So that two sentences gives the same meaning. Okay, I will not spend my pocket money. Yes, I am not spending my pocket money in the future. I will not spend my pocket money in the future. Then she won't eat unhygienic food. She won't eat. She will not eat and she won't eat. That gives the same meaning. Okay, she will not use unhygienic food from the streets. This is the thing. They won't win the match. Yes, they won't. Usually we only use the can, then do, does. These words we are using, but we need to try to use these words because in English you have lot of vocabularies, a lot of grammatical things, but we choose only the words which is very common, is it? But we need to practice it. We should practice in our tongue, first from the mind, from our tongue, so that leads a wonderful language we will outlet. Okay, so this is, my friend will not attend the party. My friend will not attend the party. My friend won't be attend the party. This is the same. This is the negative form. I hope that this one you have understood it. Now is about negative form of would. Would. It becomes wouldn't. Okay, how we are pronounced this is wouldn't. Would, wouldn't. Would not, sorry. It says would not or wouldn't. So how we are using these sentences? She will not get up early in the morning. She would not. She would not. She would not. Not get up early in the morning. So, would not, you can use this word with wouldn't. She wouldn't get up early in the morning. Wouldn't is about the future, maybe, assuming. Okay, it tells about an assumption. She wouldn't get up early in the morning. So, same thing she will repeat on tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so in that case we are going to use like this. So this is about today's modal auxiliary verb. Today we are come to know about the nature of the what is modal auxiliary verb, what are the nature of the modal auxiliary verbs, and then the functions. In the functions, so first what we are going to learn here, that is will and would. Okay, so today we are end up this video with this will and would. So in the next video I am just coming with the next modal auxiliary verbs, so which are good for you to practice. Till then you have to practice for those things whatever are done today. Okay, that's helpful for you to understand it very well with the usage and also the rules. Okay, rules of the modal auxiliary verb. Okay, I hope that everybody has understood it. So guys, keep learning, stay at home. Thank you.